good, guys? We're gonna watch. I'm gonna react to this Mac Miller documentary today. So I'm gonna do that. What's up, guys? I'm gonna react to this Mac Miller documentary today. So that's kind of what we're gonna do, and yeah. So let's go ahead and get started.
There's been a lot of talk about me being on drugs. Look at me. Do I look like I'm on drugs to you? Not on drugs.
Dude, this is gonna be really hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, God, dude, he really should be here. Like, I know, like, the title is like perfect, dude. I don't know. Yeah.
Drugs are on me.
Part of the mentality was like, if I die when I leave this room, because that was my fear, was like, I won't survive in the world. I will survive in this little room called the sanctuary. I'd rather be the corny white rapper than the drugged out mess who can't even get out of his house. Overdosing is just not cool. There's no legendary romance. You don't go down in history because you overdosed.
I mean, he's right. I mean, you don't. But at the same time, he's still a fucking legend, man. He's still a fucking legend.
You just die.
I love this man so much, dude.
I'm probably gonna cry a few times during the course of this thing. I'm an emotional guy.
I might
our
too,
special
dude.
guest is Mac Miller. After launching onto the scene with 2011's Blue Side Park, the first independently released album to reach #1 on the Billboard 200 charts since 1995.
Wow.
Yeehaw! Huh? Sing? Okay.
How did it all start for you?
It's funny because, like, as a Mac Miller fan, dude, I've seen these clips so many times, but, like, they always, I don't know, they always just warm my heart so much, dude.
You know, because I always get the question of like, you're white. How did you start rapping?
How did you get into this? How did you get into this culture?
To be honest, I have no idea how I got here. As a kid, I was really interested in rapping. When I was 6, I was playing piano, and 10, I was playing guitar. Because, you know, my dad...
It's always amazing to me. Like, I wish that I could have started from that age, man. Like, from when I was at that age, I was exposed to music. My grandma played the organ and stuff like that. But as far as, like, really learning how to play and stuff, I didn't ever really get that chance. I mean, we had an organ in my basement, and I always messed around with it and stuff like that. I would always set loops and stuff like that. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I just did whatever sounded good to my ears. I wish I could have nourished it like he did. But
my mom always had music like blasting in the house, like all kinds of music. So I was like instantly like into music.
I will say though, my dad and I would always go downstairs in the basement. We had a little 8-ball billiards table, and we'd always play that. So while we did that, he would always play a ton of different music. He had a record player he'd play music on. So
When I was really young. When I started, when I was younger, I wanted to be a singer, but my voice was just pre-pubescent and awkward. For a while, I thought I was going to be like the next Jack Johnson. Whenever I would just be that kid that tried to pick up girls by singing them like John Mayer.
On the bus sitting here in the tube. I ain't God, but...
dude, this is me to the highest degree. Like, I used to ride the bus to school. Obviously, like most people did. Notebook and rap. And I remember there were a couple times where the bus driver would, like, yell at me because I was saying words that the bus driver was just like, bro, you can't be saying, like, swear words. So, I look.
You can call me Hova.
You know, I always rapped and stuff just to joke around, but when I hit high school, it's much easier to rap than to bring guitar everywhere. So I'm like, I would go to parties and
True.
freestyle for everyone, and like, oh, look, Malcolm can rap, Malcolm can rap.
I didn't grow up like really far away in the suburbs or anything. I grew up in the city. So there were always freestyle competitions and things like that, and it's just something I love to do.
When I was in college, I used to like hang out with my friends a bunch. That I was starting to meet like when I started going to college, and I would do freestyles and stuff like that, like in between classes, especially on the Marietta campus at KSU. Shout out over there. It didn't last. It was only like a 6-month stint that I ever really did that, but like I really miss those days, dude. I would love to just like. I need to like find somewhere here where I can do that kind of thing again.
Parents think.
They were very supportive of me being creative. My mom's a photographer and my dad's an architect, but you know, they were really supportive.
To be honest, I have no idea how I got here. I just dedicated myself. This is all I do. When I was younger, I used to freestyle. Now I've just write. Rap.
That's kind of how, dude, honestly, it's weird because it's kind of like a weird mixture for me. But it's always been, I've always freestyled too, dude. Like, freestyle will always be the way to get me out of my funk. It will never, ever disappoint me. It'll always at least get me moving.
Rap. That's all I do. I finally started recording it when I was like 15.
By the time I hit 15, it like became my profession, low-key.
I was sure this is what I want to do in my life, like writing every day, during school, through class, during tests. Like I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I mean, I think when I was 15, like I wanted to put together like a mixtape.
It's called Put My Mac.
Dude, that was honestly kind of me, though. I mean, I would always sit there and write during class. Like when I should be taking notes, I would be sitting there writing a rap, but it would look like I'm sitting there taking notes, so I could get away with it. But I was sitting there in a whole different world. I was building up a whole different world, doing something completely different, and no one ever knew. And I also had a low-key cringe name. I went by Panic with a K, and I thought I was like a little Eminem or whatever. I don't know. I was always trying to be super like rage baity and all that good shit. Like, thank God I stopped doing that.
Ain't easy.
You know, I used to go by the name Easy Mac because all the bad names were taken.
Easy Mac. It was more of like a joke when I was younger, but it like stuck because it was like, haha, little white kid named Easy Mac. Ha.
But there was another rapper from Canada named Easy Mac, and he came at me like, yo, I'm the real Easy Mac. And at this point, I'm like, take it, man. You can have that.
You didn't even buy it back?
I didn't really like it anyway.
Turning 16 when I decided to change my name, it was like time to be a real artist, and I wanted to make serious music and stuff to be taken seriously, and you just can't do that with that name.
Miller is actually like a family name on my mom's side, and it's actually my brother's first name. But yeah, so I just kind of use it as my name.
I actually have like 9 mixtapes.
9 mixtapes?
But yeah, a lot of stuff, man. I've been putting out music since I was 15.
Never stopped.
No, never. No time.
All of those mixtapes are absolutely fire. I have that one right there on record right over there that I got from Midtown in Atlanta. Ah, man, I miss him so much, dude. I need to get more of his records. I'm just a broke boy. But, golly, dude. What a collection of work he's put together, dude. And there's so many unreleased things with other artists that people don't realize. But it's just... We'll see eventually, hopefully, but like, workhorse. Literally, what's on the screen right now. I didn't even like see that, but like he was a workhorse, dude. Oh my god.
Just art like a workhorse. What's the problem, man?
I fell in love with the art of like composing a full song. I mean, I still freestyle for fun, but usually you have to get me drunk first.
People worry about like drugs or this or that. That doesn't touch the addiction of recording music. Like, that's all I do. When I saw the beauty of like putting what you love to do into like a presentable to the world, there's nothing else I want to do. We're in New York City right now, doing it real big. So I got something for you, the high life, all right?
dude, this is such a young version of him, dude. This is like when I was a kid, bro. This is when he was a kid. I mean, we're still in the Easy Max section. That makes sense. Oh my gosh.
That's a mixtape. Coming very, very soon.
I kept on working until I saw a little something and built off that. I dropped like my first mixtape called The Jukebox, another mixtape called The Highlight. Started to gain a little buzz, nothing major. And then when I dropped Kids, is really when it went to the next level.
This mixtape defined my entire teenager years, like from 14 to like 18, dude. Especially the first two of high school, dude. Like, there was not a single person who didn't know all the words to all these songs. I mean, I was incredibly freaking, I don't know, dude. I just wanted to be him. I genuinely loved him so much. I was just like, bro, this guy is so fucking cool. Up until then, I had only seen like rappers like Eminem, and like at that point, I was listening to like Relapse, which is like very different from this music. So when I heard this, I was like, oh, dude, he's like kind of like more like me, like laid back, chill, and all this shit. And that's when the wheel started spinning. I'm like, maybe I could write music. I would always wanted to. I'd always written poetry and all that good stuff, but like the wheels had never spun. Like, oh, maybe I could put it to like music, like how he's doing. And that's when the spark started. But
yeah, the whole concept was kind of just like positive and being happy and having a good time and having people in my generation feel like, you know, they could relate to it, and having people of older generation listen to it and remember, you know, kind of like reminisce on being younger. We wanted to do some crazy spitting on it, so we made it kicking incredibly dope shit. When we came up with that, I was like supercharged. I was like, that's genius.
But explain the importance of the movie Kids on the mixtape coming out.
Kids, the movie, that is real shit. Like, kids are just some kids. That's what I wanted my mixtape to do. I wanted to tell it from a perspective of a real-ass, regular-ass kid.
all right, first off, I feel terrible admitting this, but I've never seen this movie. I've got to go see this movie. I've never seen this movie. I feel terrible admitting that, but I need to go watch this movie. Wow.
And like, that's what
There's probably someone here that's in the comment section like, what?
that movie did.
I'm sorry.
Like, showed the point of view from like a group of people who don't really have a voice as much anymore.
Congratulations, I know you just...
Let's go back a little bit, actually.
It's like, showed the point of view.
Genius.
But explain the importance of the movie Kids on the mixtape coming out.
Kids, the movie, that is real shit. Like, kids are just some kids. That's what I wanted my mixtape to do. I wanted to tell it from a perspective of a real-ass, regular-ass kid. And like, that's what that movie did. Is like, showed the point of view from like a group of people who don't really have a voice as much anymore.
Congratulations, I know you just graduated high school.
It's been so much progression. Like, that's really been the coolest thing. And just like when I was 15, just recording random verses and throwing them together.
This is the thing people don't realize, is this man blew up when he was like 18, 19. I mean, it did not take him long, man. I mean, he was famous pretty much from he's like a child star who like he had the best scenario, dude. He got raised up by parents and like all that good shit. And then, like, just, boom, right at the jump at adulthood. Like, you just can't help but feel like, damn. I don't know. It's not luck. It's not, you know, he was incredibly blessed, obviously. But, like, man, just what a life is more so, like, where I'm getting at with this. It's just, like, what a life, man.
Together and calling it a mixtape to Kids, where it was like set up and like a chess move and everything was like thought about.
So you got a new mixtape coming out. You want to give us a little plug on that?
Well, it's actually not a mixtape. It's a free album. It's a free album, and it's coming out.
It's a free album, bro. Dude, why have I never heard that term? I was watching him during this like whole like scene too. Like
March 11th. It's called Best Day Ever.
I love this whole album, dude.
Do this to raise your credit score fast.
Oh, get out of here.
The guy that says
a lot of people are called.
I love him, man. Blue Side Art.
I wanted my debut album to tell the world where I came from.
I'm still the same kid when I go back home, you know? Nothing changes. And Blue Slide Park is like, you know, life, you go crazy in life, you go out and do all the stuff in your life, and you come home and there's still the same park right there, and the slide's still gonna be blue, you know what I'm saying?
I used to play baseball up there, and after every game, you would like run right to the slide.
Frick Park Market.
Frick Park Market is a place I grew up going to. You know, it was like a deli / convenience store in the neighborhood that we used to go to for everything.
And that's always been the spot, you know, when you were young and we used to like play football till 9 at night, we would go there and get slushies in my neighborhood spot.
You were the first artist since Snoop Dogg to debut at #1 independently. How's that feel?
We won. That's all you can really say about.
Wait, did she just say since Snoop Dogg?
It's been the spot, you know, when you were young and we used to like play football till 9 at night, we would go there and get slushies in my neighborhood spot.
You were the first artist since Snoop Dogg to debut at
Since 19... Dude, with the Snoop Dogg... With the Snoopy Dogg... or Doggy Style album? With the Doggy Style album?
#1 independently. How's that feel?
We won. That's all you can really say about that, man. We had the first independent #1 album in 16 years, man. Like, we won.
What the fuck? Look at this, yo. Oh, shit. Damn. Look at over here, though. Look at my bathroom. Look at my motherfucking bathroom.
I love him so much, dude. Oh.
Not really sure why, but this kid seems to have a ton of fans, but a lot of haters. People hate this kid.
Any blog you go to, if it's a Mac Miller post, there's so many haters.
Oh, hell haters.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think you might have more haters than any other rapper.
You never want to take any of that stuff personally. Like, you gotta be grown enough to like...
Dude, it's so true, dude. You really just have to take it with a grain of salt. It really, dude, that's the #1 thing I've learned throughout all my years making music too. It's like, and I know way less than that man knows right there. But, yeah, dude, like, even the artists can't judge their own work. You can just make it, put it out there, and that's it, dude. Whatever other people think, including yourself, it doesn't matter. It just exists.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Is that no matter what, it's always the same thing. People like it or people don't.
And it's completely okay for someone not to like something. Am I only here because I'm white? Is that the only reason? Yeah, I think I had to prove to myself that I was more than just a white guy that is lucky because he's white. I got so much negativity that it almost became like, okay, there's no point to overly hate on this dude. Let me actually see what he's doing.
You did a mixtape called All High, like the movie with Redman and Method Man, and now the mixtape K.I.D.S is also based on the movie. Do you have a special connection with movies?
Well, it originally started out as a literal thing when we did it. Like, we always watch movies with sound off while we're recording, so it grew and evolved as a project, and it's something way more complex.
It's really different.
Okay, so I've actually seen this clip before. I'm a pretty big Mac Miller fan, so I've seen a lot of his clips, but I've never seen this documentary. I want to make that clear. I've actually after seeing one of these interviews years ago during COVID when I was making music pretty hard, I made a song, but I did this. I cannot remember. I think it was Donnie Darko that I was watching with the sounds off. And so I did this, like, I don't know, just to, like, as inspiration from what he did. And I have it somewhere. I gotta see if I can find that, but
It's a lot deeper than a lot of my projects in the past. You know, I just made a project to get some stuff off my chest.
When you watch my career, if you watch closely, you're gonna see genuineness. I'm 16, 17, 18. All my music is just about dreams and goals and, like, you know, Best Day Ever comes out, right? And that's about, I'm making music and I'm making money and I'm touring and, like, this is crazy. Like, you know, and I made Blue Slide Park because I miss home. You know, like, that's over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to everything now.
A lot of this growth creatively is really just me growing as a human being.
How do you feel when you listen back to Donald Trump now?
It's fun. I had this whole period of, like, fuck this, just because of what the perception of me became. Those were great times in my life,
that's
man.
where you were?
Yeah, the musicality, some things aren't at the level they are now, but that's what I'm supposed to do, is get better.
This one, to me, it's the most me. It's the most true to who I am as a person. And anyone that's known me since I was a little kid and known me for a long time, that's the day to say that this project is the most like Malcolm. You know, we shot the Objects video. I think it was then that we realized that this music has another light. The live aspect of the music is breathing new life into these songs.
The bars and the raps, like, I can hide behind that forever. But, like, to like sing is, like, scary. You know what I mean? Like, cause I'm not a singer.
As you get older and more experienced in making music, you get more comfortable with yourself and with your voice. This album is a lot of that. I don't think I've made it because I haven't reached.
I totally understand what he means by that. And I think it comes with just showing people things. And, you know, sometimes we make things as artists that are so different from what we normally do. Or just so, and, you know, we just don't even, maybe we aren't familiar enough in that space, but we were inspired from something. But we don't have enough reference points in our own mind to consider it good or bad or even close. So, like, it helps to share it with the world, because sometimes the world, you know, there's people that you guys tell me all the time of people that I sound like or should work with or whatever that sound like me, who I've never heard of before, and maybe other people haven't either. And that's the beautiful thing of putting yourself out there, because you just never know. You never know, and then, like, it kind of completes this web of, like, just things you're filled in on, and it just, you know, you feel more in touch with everything. Music connects people, is what I'm trying to get at.
Close to the potential that I see myself getting to. My whole thing is always, no matter where I get, is to never be satisfied. It all started with me kind of building the studio, which is the sanctuary. It started by me just sitting inside all day, and then it's like, then you get bored.
So this is kind of how the Snipes album kind of came about, dude. If I have to be honest with you, like, the Snipes album is very inspired from this album. Fralbum. Mixtape, whatever you want to call it. I just, you know, he shows a lot of different faces. He spends a lot of different time just, like, experimenting here in this project, and that's kind of what I did too. I'm not trying to, like, plug myself, but I just love this project a ton. I took a lot of inspiration from it. I love it a ton, and I think if you haven't listened to it, you need to go listen to it, because it's such a good album, dude. It's a classic, in my opinion. I'm going to call it a classic.
And you're like, well, I could just be high, and I could have a whole adventure in this room. I stay in one room only, the studio. I literally never, like, it's actually disgusting. But that's more dangerous than actually LA, is just kind of just sitting there by myself all the time, you know? It becomes like, toxic. I'm up in the morning, I haven't seen the sunlight in a while, dog. That's why I need the sunglasses. Look at me, do I look like I'm on drugs to you?
That was me today on the stream, dude. I've been, like, inside a lot, dude. Just, like, grinding on music and grinding on the stream and stuff. So sometimes, dude, This is real.
I have a tortured soul. You know what I mean? And us with tortured souls, sometimes you try and numb the things that hurt your tortured soul, but in reality, you can't. You have to face your problems. You can't push them down and save them.
What are your problems, though? You have like the nicest family ever. Your mom's the nicest lady in the
You're
world.
rich.
You're struggling, you're not depressed.
Dude, I hate that shit, man. I hate that. I know this is cut up, so like, but I've seen that interview and like I have seen that, and it's just like, bro, you have no right to ever ask someone that question. I'm sorry. You have no right to ask someone that question. You have no idea what's going on inside their world. You have no idea what thoughts they're facing on a daily basis, dude, and what demons they're facing. And let alone during an interview like that. My God. I mean, so the man's opening up to you about, and you're just like you're like questioning like his seriousness of it. Like, dude, come on. The man's like opening up to you. I don't know. And that's again toxic masculinity. We want toxic masculinity to just end, and I feel like that's an example of maybe some toxic masculinity that we have in our culture. Not on his part, but on their part. I don't know, man. And they're just asking questions. That's their job. So maybe they're just trying to get a moment out of them. But, like, I don't know, dude.
Successful, you're depressed.
Yeah, I think it started.
With success.
Yeah.
Was it easier to be Malcolm McCormick or Mac Miller?
You know, it's funny because you talk to people and they say, you know, what do you have to be depressed about? You have money and da 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 da. That moment in someone's life where they're trying to figure out who they are and what their identity is, it just gets magnified. Fame is tricky because you read what's said about you and you know what you know to be true and the lines start to blur.
That's one thing I really hope I never ever fall into, man. And I know it's easy to. But I just, you know, I've never really liked getting on social media. I know I need to do it as a musician to put myself out there and get heard. But I always promise myself to like just try to like just stay true to myself and not let the comments get to me, either good or bad. Just because I don't want to get gassed up. I don't want to change, dude. I just want to be me. I just want to stay who I am and continue to just, you know. And the only things I want to affect me are the things that are directly occurring like to me in my life. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
There were darker times for you, right? Your last tape, Faces, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a problem in life?
I had a drug problem, you know, for a long time. It wasn't just in music, but I definitely was going through a drug problem and and I think it was more my state of mind. I was just pretty depressed. I just went through a long period where it was, you know, I didn't wake up very happy. Sometimes I look at myself and I say, I hate you. I hate you. I wish you were never here. I wish you were never born. I hate you.
Damn, bro. All too real, man. I told you I would cry at some point. Oh, man. I miss him, dude. Oh, God.
I wish you were somebody else. Why can't you be more like your brother, Malcolm? I like making music in states of delirium, but at some points it gets really tiring on the brain. But I enjoy that like kind of state of just like you don't really know what you're saying.
No, this is too much though. This is the pure.
Wait, no.
It's not that
I'm
shit
saying that's how it carries the whole
You're not listening to me.
No, I know
This is not even the one that you think is it. This is the one that's it. That's really it.
What, more than activist?
Listen to me. I'm your brother. This right here.
I'll taste it. I'll let you know.
You're gonna miss a couple of shows.
No way. No way. This is perfect. Guess what?
I promise you guys I'll never do this. I promise you guys. If it ain't from the ground, it ain't safe and sound.
I drink a lot, which isn't good. It's like it's like how I sleep a lot of times. Just me in bed with a bottle of Jameson. Whiskey for me is like, it always takes the same journey. It starts intelligent and then it ends in like sitting by yourself depression. At one point, weed didn't relax me from everything. It made me more paranoid about all the shit happening, right? So like, I needed to get a drug that was a little more numbing, if you will, and less like in your head. I hate being sober. I wanted a drug to do. I'm always like, if someone's like, you wanna try this? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then it just kind of fucks you up when you have a bunch of money, cause like, you try a drug, you like it, and you can buy a lot of it. Are these albums that I have in the cut all highly drug-induced albums? Definitely. Are they great? Definitely. You know, I'm not gonna take anything away from the shit that I went through to make these albums. I'm not gonna write them off just because I was on drugs, because I went through too much emotionally and mentally and negative against me physically to act like it was for nothing. When you stop making excuses for myself, that's really when it was. When it's like I step out, being able to admit that's not the way to live. And you can still have fun every now and then. I'm not fucking sober, I get fucked up. Like, let's keep it real. I get super fucked up, still, all the time. That will never stop. But I'm just in control of my life. I'm not fucked up right now. I'm chilling.
So now Mac is back with a new full-length album.
I feel like I don't need to say what needs to be said here. But to those of you who are struggling and feel like you're in control right now, or that like you got this, to just know that like it's okay to admit when you don't, and you know, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I just wish he had. I just wish he had seen that a different way, man. But addiction's tricky like that, you know? I think I'm going to do a part 2 of this video. I'm going to wrap it up here at 17:37 on this video. But Mac Miller should still be here. I'm a little emotionally tied up about everything right now, so I'm going to call it here. Love you guys.